not start this video. I'm going to continue this video, I guess. Starting this recording, continuing this recording with an intention, a purposeful, conscious choice, a decision that is directly related to my AI Viditor editing workflow or editing pipeline. We're going to talk about the legacy of Freesia League, but most importantly is we're also going to talk about nothing. We're going to ramble. We're going to say a bunch of superfluous things. We're just going to, right now, this whole intro, all dead air, dead content. And we're going to try really hard to make sure our editor cuts this out. We're not talking about Freesia. We're talking about nothing. La-di-da-di-da. Shoot. Hello? Oh, here it is. I'm stupid. Okay. This is what we want. The beloved trial of the ancestors. All right, we already watched this, but just to... Oh, goodness. I wonder if that's going to get picked up. Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay. We remember this mechanic pretty well. See, this is what's going to be kind of cracked here. Okay. Okay. I don't think we need to get anything else from that. Okay. What's interesting about this is that we can finish our Mirage challenges. Love that. And this clearly is the build maker encouragement, saying if you want to make interesting builds, these tattoos are going to be, you know, incredibly strong, right? So I think what we're going to do today, we're going to take a look at some tattoos. We're going to take a look at some returning items here. And yeah, and we're going to be very excited about it. Okay, let's start with something simple. Let's go to POE Wiki. Where's the official POE Wiki? Not POEDB, POE Wiki. I'm pretty sure that one of these tattoos gave us increased Warcry effect. Warcry cooldown recovery rate is not a big concern for us. I think wasn't there not one that gave us Warcry effect? Maybe not. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping that it would be a Warcry effect thing. The Warcry cooldown, perhaps, that is the one that's most encouraging. Yeah, so I guess the ones that are returning are the ones that are otherwise a little bit broken, a little bit overpowered. Honored tattoo. I think these may be the honored tattoos. Wait, they're not listed because they're legacy. How do I find the legacy ones? So these ones are all actually in the game now. See also list of tattoos. Surely. Oh, here we go. This is what we want to see. Okay. All right. Hopefully some of these are interesting. Let's do a little side by side, shall we? Whoop. 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 Oh wait, that's not going to work. And then these are the ones that replace one of the big nodes. So obviously these max resistance ones are absolutely cracked. And then the endurance charge kind of stuff. I mean, these are all kind of super cracked. Do you not have the ability to gain a frenzy? Yeah, you do. Yeah. I mean, completely disgusting. Just disgusting. This one's already like absolutely gross. I hope they nerf Mageblood, by the way. That has nothing to do with this league, but I hope they nerf Mageblood. I don't like it. I think it's too broken for what it gives you. It's not fair. It's like Enigma from Diablo 2, you know? It's okay to have an item that's best in slot for every class. Shut up. This one's super broken. This one's super broken. Probably. This one's giga broken, for sure. This one's broken as hell, of course. I mean, how can it not be? This one's completely busted as well. And this one, I mean, all these +1 charges, like, there are already ways to leverage max charge builds that are just insane. Okay, these are the ones that were disabled, right? Maybe not. These ones are all in the game. I kind of forget. Very exciting. You know, very exciting. All right, so obviously, wait, how do we set it to Phoresia? Oops, cancel. Alternate. Okay, this has got to be it. This is it. Okay, so if we take a look at the options, what we did last time was our favorite build of all time. My favorite build I've ever made, my favorite build by far of all time, is the Antiquarian. Some of these nodes are so unbelievably powerful in their own right. The problem is the reduction of attributes. So I think obviously having no intelligence is a huge downside for a lot of reasons. 200 flat strength is not an insignificant amount, but the downside is kind of dramatic. And yeah, skill duration per strength. This is what we were leveraging last time. And here's the other, this is the really tough part about no intelligence, is if you go to War Cries, which is that's like the way we made our build last time, you will notice that some of these War Cries have intelligence requirements. Battle Mage's Cry and Blessed Call support. So that already is kind of unfortunate. But the real huge punch in the gut for the build is if we go to auras, a ton of auras have intelligence requirements. Hatred, potentially really good. Well, Purity of Elements, obviously non-starter. You know, we're just not going to be able to use any of that stuff. But even stuff like Anger and Purity of Fire, these all have intelligence requirements. Alternate ascendancies. Surely there's a way to find it by looking at alternate ascendancies. Ricia ascendancies. Yeah, I mean, it would have converted to a chieftain. I have no idea what any of this stuff means, but this is kind of disappointing because I could have sworn. Yeah, this is pretty bare bones, but seems fine. Our tankiness doesn't look very good at all, though. What were we survivable? I don't understand. Skills. Apparently we were not survivable, at least not by... Nothing is passing the eye test over here. Effective hit pool, I mean a fizz max hit of 1.5. There's got to be something weird on the calculation step here, on the configuration step. What? All right, we used a war cry recently. We I mean, we probably are at max rage most of the time. I think that's the idea. I think we probably are at endurance charges. How many endurance charges do we have? 6 endurance charges. Well, that certainly helps our max hit. Okay. This is a template. It's not what I want, but it's a starting point. We can start from here and build the perfect plan. Okay. Old antiquarian build is no longer relevant. All right, so we start with the obvious stuff. We're going to do these 3. Far shot. This is such a that whole thing is so interesting. The fact that we have any kind of useful node. All these nodes are the same, and so presumably we can this is all so interesting. Presumably we can kill any node, and all of our leading nodes are going to be the same. The real question is it ever worth it to try to do anything with the Rampager? Because Rampage is kind of funny. It's kind of a cool thing, and 10% increased character size is also hilarious. So I don't know if I don't see myself ever pursuing this, but rage on hit, you instead gain up to your maximum rage. This is kind of cool. Cost rage instead of requiring souls. I mean, maybe this is the move. Maybe we go behemoth and we just brute force, somehow brute force our way into permanent adrenaline. Obviously already busted. Maximum fortification busted. More multiplier on your armor and evasion per fortification is cracked. Imagine getting this. Imagine hitting this on the behemoth. What we get now, we got to go back. Oops. It's also complicated. All right, we don't need the old shit. If we hit that, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the antiquarian is just a mistake. Also, this one is hilarious. 8 mana per 4 strength is hilarious. Power of purpose. Okay, so at face value, that's, let's see, 8 mana per 4 strength, so 2 mana per 1 strength. This node maybe is not quite as good as I thought. I mean, unless maybe you get one of the duelist ascendancy things, but I mean, 3200 flat armor is not nothing. It's not nothing. It's pretty nice. It's good. It's nice to see. You'd be happy to have it, but for each time you've been hit by an enemy recently, that's useless. But the 2% attack damage per 450 armor is absolutely cracked. Yeah, armor stacker is absolutely cracked. 50% critical strike multiplier with unarmed melee attacks is also hilarious. Okay. Strike skills target the previous location. That's kind of sick, actually. Enemies convert 50% of their physical damage to fire. It's also kind of sick, actually. Strike skills can target from 50% further away. Wait, this is like kind of a good starter, right? Because can't you just go L a hit and use these nodes, and then you swap over to Behemoth or Rampager, assuming that you're actually able to, able to disable this node somehow. All right, but I feel like this is the obvious stuff. The melee builds, I think, are going to be probably pretty cut and dry. It's going to be really obvious. A lot of people are going to make stuff like that. It's going to be very popular. I'm not really that encouraged or excited about these other ascendancies. I do love skill gem quality, and I love the idea of, like, trying to do some really weird stuff with discharge, maybe, or whatever. This one also is kind of cracked, right? 8% increased per 5 of your lowest. Let's assume you can get to like 400. See? Well, you can probably do better than that now that I think about it. Probably a lot better. But let's just say 400. 8% per 5. So times 8 divided by 5. Wait, is that right? Wait, I feel like, I'm stupid. I must be stupid. Is the math right here? %8 increase damage. No, my math has got to be wrong. Per 5 of your lowest attribute. Yeah, I'm got to be wrong. Something's messed up about this. $400 divided by 5 times 8. Okay, I don't know where the extra 0 came from. My gosh. 640 seems much more realistic. Holy hell. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm sure this is going to end up being very strong in its own right. not going to be very popular, though, probably. 50% increased effect of shrine buffs. Isn't this super cracked with the new belt? Bro, can't you use the new belt and use this with the new belt? Isn't that broken? Am I stupid? A spell slinger node? Bro, no shot there's a spell slinger node even in the game at all. They buffed spell slinger. Maybe it's good. Which one is this? Is not Stormcaster. This is the Harbinger one, maybe. Interesting. Interesting. Cannot be blinded. Minimum charges. Can't you do minimum charges here? And then also hit this ascendancy with another charge related node? Like, what happens if you hit your maximum endurance is equal to your max frenzy? This is the problem, is I literally don't remember the names of any of these things. Duelist, Ranger, Wild Speaker, Whisperer. Okay. What is this node? There is more. And then this goes with the duelist. Endurance equal to frenzy. Because I don't think there's any other frenzies on the tree, right? Oh wait, this also gives you frenzy. Interesting. Maybe we should go about this the opposite way. We should start by listing out a very, very useful node. So let's start with duelist. Most expensive. Absolutely most expensive. So the first one is whatever the hell the duelist thing is called. Masterful Form. Gigabusted. Ascendancy combos. Masterful Form. Whisperer. There's more. And then this other one is Daughter of Oshabi, maybe? Like one of the Fortify ones, one of the Aura ones. Like imagine you hit 30% non-cursed aura, whatever, all this kind of stuff. I think these are just going to be really sought after. Pretty much all the Slayer ones just have incredible use. Cannot be stunned while leeching. I mean, just super good. They're pretty much all going to be insane. All right, let's go back to the Freesia ascendancies. Oh, this has got to be the Surf one, right? Surely. All damage taken from hits can chill you. The effect of chill is reversed. Enemies chilled by your hits lessen their damage dealt by half of chill effect. This is a cool little combo there. Cold damage can shock. Oh man, then we got the whole fishing rod shenanigans. All critical strikes while holding a fishing rod. I mean, it is funny. I won't lie. It's a funny node. But we're not picking that. Nope. Immune to physical damage and harder to detect. I don't remember this one at all. So let's look at some of the shadow stuff. What do we got for the shadow? We'll start with this one. This is the spider one. Minions, poisoning minions. I don't know if they nerfed any of these items though. I really, really wish they would nerf some of the life stacker items. I'm just not a fan at all. 75% increased AoE is huge though. That's crazy. This is the mana cost one. Does this stack? Doesn't this stack with the new stuff? 100% mana spent on upfront skill costs as physical damage. And you gain the added damage, but you're obviously dealing a ton of damage to yourself. Wait, let me look. Where's the one that's the mana stacker one? Isn't there a mana stacker node somewhere buried in here? Oh no, I must be thinking of something else. The Glorious Madness stuff is hilarious. Minions deal 80% increased damage. Yeah, I couldn't do ferals. I didn't do it this past league either. I just have no interest. Did anyone use Corruption's Embrace? And then one node from our, you know, actual tattoo. This is all too complicated. This is a problem with you. This is like analysis paralysis. You have too many options and too many choices, and you can't even begin to pick something. I mean, there's a lot you can do here. All right, let's go back to Bog Shaman. All right, so this one, you're probably going to try to get a Hierophant node. Nearby enemies' chaos resistance is 0. That's pretty neat. No complaints. 100% chance to be poisoned. Interesting. Cool, cool, cool. It's just max resistance, though. I guess you have to get the other stuff with it. 5% life per second if you've been hit recently. That's funny. Base life cost equal to 25% of base mana cost. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to do Bog Shaman stuff. Boring. All the Herald stuff I'm sure is going to be incredibly good. You just sync it up with one of the Elementalist things. I think what we end up doing here... What is this? HBGAH. It's just a visual bug. What is going on there? Harbinger. Oh wait, this is interesting. This is the Veil one. We just do Veil on Veil. What are we doing, bro? We just do Veil on Veil, of course. Architect of Chaos plus the Trial Master? Bro, this is easy breezy. Veil non-honor skills require 80% less skulls. Yeah, but how would we actually get the maximum out of this is the question. Veil skills have 50% increased skill duration and require 50% reduced souls. So presumably that's just an aura thing. We use Veil auras. Veil skill critical strike chance? Bro, 280%, 86% is hilarious. Holy hell. The problem is I really did not like trying to like make the Veil skills work. You know, it just felt like it was almost a little too, it's not too complicated. It's just kind of, I don't know. All right, let's go. Let's assume. Let's try this. Let's try this. All right. So while on full life, I mean, full life is like, you know, you have to be literally on full life. You can't be halfway. So the reservation stuff is useless. So what would you even pick here? I mean, I guess it's still useful to have a ton of life this way. I feel like all these life stacker builds, though, like all those items are going to be expensive, and I just hate putting them together. I want to be able to build a whole build is just rare items. I want a rare item only build. All right, let's just assume we do this. Reduced soul gain prevention duration, and then we hit the more damage node on this. Cool, cool. Gain 1 Veil soul per second. And then we need to get, you know, reduced soul gain prevention duration. But the problem is that all the builds that we like really call for a lot of extra duration. So, and we can turn it into a disillusion build, which is also hilarious. All right, let's assume we do take this and we're not trying to do a life stacker. Let's just click this one for the sake of it. What node would we even try to use? Veil Ice Shot. It's just summons Mirage shooters. Veil Spectral Throw can't be evaded, which is fun. Veil Blade Vortex. I mean, I'm sure this is what people... If somebody's doing life stacking, maybe they just do this. Veil Spark. I mean... I mean, the one thing about Spark is like, because it's a duration associated skill, you can presumably you can click the one that increases duration. You know, maybe that's the move. You click the duration and voila. That's all you need. 50% increased skill effect duration for Spark is a lot to start out. But then you're playing Spark on the Inquisitor side of the tree, and you have to like, I mean, it's not out of the question. I'm sure there's going to be a Spark enjoyer. Other random. We'll say effect of chaos plus chaos bloodline. They're going to look at the most survivable nodes. And you want like, this is why the duelist nodes are so broken, dude. Like, these nodes are survivable. They're defensive. They're tanky nodes. And everyone is going to pick the tanky node. Like, imagine getting Lucky Block on a you know, alternate ascendancy. Just seems super cracked. People love defensive nodes. I mean, even imagine just getting like a Juggernaut node. You just throw a Juggernaut node randomly on like the total opposite side of the tree. I mean, you can even put Juggernaut node on one of the bottom left ascendancies to start. Like, you can just put a Juggernaut node on the Juggernaut, on the Ancestral Commander. That's kind of interesting. Oops. All right, let's continue looking at the Puppeteer. You can apply an additional curse. Hex is transferred to all enemies. Minions have percent increased life. I mean, there's a lot of this. Maybe people are just going to click this and click that stupid broken skill that destroys your minion. That seems unethical, but I mean, I'm sure that it would be very good. An animate weapon. Oh, an AG. No, it's AG. Yeah, AG and animate weapon. Yeah, okay. Terrible. 10% reduced attack speed is not even a lot. Gosh, that is bad. Okay. 100% increased evasion while moving. Immune to all the grounds. 4% life while moving. 100% mana regeneration rate while moving. Unaffected by shock. These just don't seem very good. Enemies blinded by you. Man, this just doesn't seem very good. I mean, oh, there's a spell skills fire 2 additional projectiles. Maybe that's the move. That's the... You get CB immune. I mean, I just can't imagine why you would pick this. I really just think we can't get away from it. We want to start a Marauder. Please start a Marauder. And we're probably going to do so again. How can we not? All right, I guess let's just click these nodes for fun. So we do these 2 nodes. I mean, whenever people click this, they're going to try ward. They're going to do a ward stack. Maybe we do this. We start Behemoth just see how far we get before we realize that it doesn't work at all without. I can't believe you can't even use war cries. I mean, that is the most devastating part by far. I mean, are you kidding me? You can't even use war cries. Like, what the hell? We do these. We do these. We do all the max rage. We do this. Okay. We have 12 dexterity. 12, my friends. 12. I mean, that is just, that is tough to make a build around. 12 dex. All right, and we want all these. We don't need the accuracy, but we want 20 dex. We need all the dex we can freaking get. I think we take these because we're luxury node enjoyers. So we don't do this. And then we do this. Get the Warcry buff effect. And then I think at this point, all the nodes on the tree are pretty much spent. I think we actually need. This is the buff effect, right? And then we can do the CDR with the AoE is fine. We're not going to do. I think the exertion thing is not going to be quite as relevant because we're doing Rage Vortex and we're supposed to have a long enough duration that. Yeah, I wonder if the cooldown is going to be a factor. And we can take these, just luxury nodes again, just assuming that we. I mean, I think maybe we're supposed to. I think we're supposed to get this early on. Probably the speed for the sake of ease and comfort. I'm sure it's fine. If this is the case, then we may as well do this and cut all these nodes. That's fine. Okay. Oh, we can do more of the attacks cost life. We're just trying to get our, if that's the case, we are indeed going to play the Rampager. The Behemoth, sorry, Behemoth. Even though this node is hilarious, yeah, no. So let's make a pivot real quick. So let's assume that this is fine. Save. This will be Antiquarian. Sure, Antiquarian. Antiquarian Rage Vortex. So now we do a new. And we're going to do the Behemoth instead, and we're going to assume that there's some crazy tech. We are instead doing these 1, 2, 3, 4. Max Fortify and Max Rage seems insanely broken. Mass Reform, we can go ahead and fill out some of this stuff because we might as well. Yeah, I mean, everything is going to be super, super broken if you manage to get it. Let's look at Ranger real quick. Ranger. Flask Finder. Flask Finder node's good. Projectile Enjoyers. All right, we're not doing Ranger. Well, let's take a look at the Shadow. Bark Skin. Wait, I should make a note of Bark Skin because it's freaking hilarious. Bark Skin? Fucking Bark Skin, dude. All right. Minimalist. I'm going to say Herald nodes. And then Golem. Probably pretty good. LA damage nodes, I mean, probably just good. But none of them are defensive, so they're not that good. Cultist nodes are also good. Very good stuff. The Templar one is probably just going to be like the Guardian, right? The Guardian has good stuff. Because all this stuff got buffed. Oh man, reservation efficiency would be so broken. Cracked, dude. Reservation efficiency would be absolutely cracked. Holy shoot, dude. Shrine buff. Aura stack. Mana mans. It's also if somebody's interested in doing the totem nodes for the ancestral commander, maybe. Minimum charges is just good. Honestly, a lot of the Templar nodes are actually really, really good. I don't know why I was dismissing the Templar nodes. There's some really good ones in here. I mean, yeah, no, lots of good Templar nodes. Templar is underrated here. Templar, you got these defensive nodes, Inquis defensive nodes. These are like kind of underrated. Imagine you hit fanaticism though. My God, bruh. Imagine if you hit the strength and int though. Okay. All right, then finally, the ones that we're probably actually gonna hit. I don't think will be as expensive. So like, I feel like there's going to be value in these ones because I just don't see Marauder being as expensive as maybe some of the other ones. But I don't know. Maybe I'm making shit up. I mean, Rage Effect would be absolutely cracked, dude. Any Rage node would be absolutely cracked. Like, imagine hitting Rage grants increased attack speed, and you're already a behemoth with max Rage. Just unreal. Be so broken. Accuracy stack? I mean, accuracy equal to twice your strength. Honestly, maybe the Marauder will also be expensive. I just cannot imagine people... The problem with some of these other ascendancies is that there are a lot of bricks. Like, imagine you're using Shadow and you just hit and you're trying to put it on a different ascendancy on the left side of the tree. And then you hit, like, this is the lots of bricks. Like, there's a chance that your brick for the Shadow, it won't kill your build, but it will actually be a 100% dead node. So if you hit, I don't know, poisons you inflict. If you're not doing a poison build and you hit this, total brick. If you're not, well, I guess all damage from hits can poison would be kind of sick, and maybe you build around it, but... And if you're not using elusive, that's a brick. You basically have to click it assuming that you're going to do crit. Also, Heartstopper, probably a brick for most people. some of these nodes are generically like useful. More damage per mat. I mean, it's, yeah, useful. It's not an absolute brick, but the mine stuff, skills used by traps, absolute brick. Aura effective mines, brick. And this one is the exact same as one that already is present in the league. It's the Gambler. Defiance. Okay, maybe Defiance is a bit of a brick. It's like a soft brick because it's not that good. Or at least it's not that useful compared to some of these other ones. And maybe you're not going to do any strength stacking. You're doing like a resolute technique league start kind of thing, and you hit this, then you'd feel kind of stupid. But the node itself is so strong. Okay, maybe not great. Pretty good. Great. Actually, I don't know why I say that. All the Juggernauts, very, very good nodes. Very useful nodes. I think the Chieftain nodes, these are the ones that are probably the highest risk of bricks. Like, what if you don't care at all about... You're not doing a damage over time build. You're just straight up not a raid. You're not a Righteous Fire build. Like, there's no reason to... So this is a soft brick. This is kind of a brick too. This poison node is obviously dead. Gale Force is, yeah, Gale Force is a total brick. If you don't, like, what? gain Gale Force, and this is a, if you hit the Gale Force node, you're just a brick, just total brick. Honestly, maybe Templar is fewest bricks. The Templar has... The Templar has like so many generically good nodes. I mean, the thing is, if you hit, let's say you hit Divine Guidance, there's nothing that's going to make your build suffer here. It's not like there's anything bad about this build. You're, damage taken from mana, you may say, okay, well, I didn't want this in my build. This is not what I had in mind. This is inconvenient for me. And you can say that, but if you're, using the Elrion craft stuff and you sort of have it, and you can use life tap if it's an absolute emergency and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm running out of mana. I don't know. Maybe this is kind of a brick if you're not doing a spell build at all, then why are you clicking the Templar side anyways? I guess these nodes are kind of bricks. But I feel like by percentage, they're just a lot of like very generic nodes. Shrine buff is just like a generic node. Time of Need is just generically useful. So calculator. So you have a 1 in 21 shot. You have less than a 5% chance of hitting the exact one you want, right? But we have like a 1 in, we have a, just under a 10% chance. We have a 9.5% chance to hit one of the rage nodes. We really don't want Defiance. And in my headcanon, we're always Rage Vortex, so we don't want to hit Ancestral Fury. Warbringer is good, so that's fine. So let's say this is 1, 2, 3 valid nodes. These are good nodes. 4, 5, both fine. So this is 5 are good. 2 are bricks. This is a total brick, actually, unfortunately. So that's 1, 2, 3 bricks. Let's just count based on bricks. 1, 2, 3 bricks. That's not a brick. That's not a brick. That's a brick. 1, 2, 3, 4 bricks. These are both valuable. 5 bricks. 6 bricks, because we have we already can't evade, so 6 bricks. These are all useful, all useful. So 6 bricks. Okay. 6 divided by 21 times 100 is, we have around a 30% chance. If we hit the Marauder nodes, we have around a 30% chance of getting a brick. That's actually not great. That's not nearly as good as I thought. 6 out of 21 nodes are bricks. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. All right, well, let's say assuming that we're doing our Rage Vortex. Six out of 21 nodes are bricks. Let's check the duelist and see how many bricks we got. How many bricks? How many bricks? All right. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh, there's 7 exactly for each one. Okay, well, I know for a fact that there's going to be a few if we hit them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is this the only one that we would use? That's hilarious. If we hit one of the block ones, I feel like we just have to completely remake our build. But so far, we are at 7 bricks. All these other ones are extremely good, though. We can make use out of this if we need to. We can make use out of either of these if we have to. We can make use out of this. Although, actually, this is kind of a soft brick because we're already going to have the evasion thing, so... Oh, no, wait, we're going Behemoth. I keep getting confused. All right, whatever. So there's only 1 brick on this one, and it's this. But we're already at like 8 bricks, so... I actually don't like playing around this node, or I don't like building around this node. 47%. %. Absolutely devastating. Oh man, and then there's nothing else that's even remotely close, right? I mean, we may as well, if we're gonna go through this, we might as well go through it. All of these are bricks, brick, 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 brick. I mean, I guess we should count nodes that we would actually want. 1, 2, 3, 4, probably fine. 24. Wow, why are there so many more? Holy shit. So out of 24, how many did we say? We say 11 or 12. Fuck. I think it was 11. 24 minus 11. So 13 out of 24 is 54% bricks. Wow, you know what's funny? Is that is not as bad as I thought it would be. 54% bricks. 13 out of 24 bricks. 54%. Wow, that is honestly, that is way, way better than I thought. Way better. Holy hell. The math is really not that bad. All right, and now we do this math. We would take, what would we take? We have to be on the left side of the tree. So I just don't think we can do anything energy shield related. I think this is 1, 2, these are all bricks. I guess this is not a, is this a brick? Maybe this is fine. I don't know. I mean, it's better than nothing. We're going to say it counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are all fine. I mean, 5, I guess this is fine. 6, I guess these are fine. 6. You know, there are a lot of pretty bad ones, but 11s is fine. So that's 11 out of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. This one's so funny, it has 9. Wait, this also has 9. So it's 25? Holy shit, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And this one is an extra one because you can get either. It's 26. Holy shite, that is so many nodes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are all basically like nodes that we can, if we have to absolutely force them, then we can make it work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, all of these nodes are just so generically, like you can kind of slot them in somehow to any build. I really don't want to deal with golems though. I'm going to say 7. I'm going to call it 7. 7 are safe. 8, I guess, technically, from that. 9, 10, 11, I guess we can make that work. 12, I guess we can make that work. I can't believe this only has 23. There's no way that's right. I mean, maybe it's right. Then Templar. Okay, assuming Rage Vortex again. Trying to keep our nomenclature or whatever. All right, brick. Or we can do this one. We can do this one, this one, this one. I guess we can do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, probably fine. And then we don't want to do this one. So let's say 4 are fine. Those are bricks. These are all bricks. These are all brick. Oh, that's not a brick. 5. 6, 7, 8. 9. 10, 11. 11 out of how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 11 out of 23 are safe? Wait, that's so much worse than I thought. 23 minus 11. 12 divided by 23. 52% bricks. That's really not that good. All right, so what we have learned here is that I don't want to do energy shield. So I feel like it's more like 11. Are these 11 are bricks? And then some of these other ones we can like kind of swindle our way into making it work. I'm gonna say 11 is probably a more accurate number. That's like 47%, 48. Well, I mean, so there's just a lot of 50/50s on click. Plus, all the absolute best nodes that we can get are on the Marauder anyways. All right, so let's like do a little summary here because this doesn't make any sense if you're just reading it. Because we already are talking about the bricks at the end anyways. So we might as well clean it up, make it make a little more sense. So this is all RV. Should we ever assume that we're not Rage Vortex? Should we ever assume that we're not, you know, that we're not going to do Rage Vortex, or we're not going to do, what is this? What is this? What's the problem with this freaking program? Is it auto formats? I just want to do like a line break, buddy. There, that's better. Oh, this is the Abyssal one, bro. I completely forgot that Abyssal stacking was a possibility. That is hilarious. I mean, I know we've already looked at all these, but I'm just trying to see if there's just anything that possibly jumps out at me. Excuse me, sorry.